Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I cannot be any more grateful. If you're local to the Huntington, West Virginia area this Friday night, come on down and hang out with a group of like-minded drunks and drug addicts all sitting around talking shop, sharing in a common problem, and most importantly, a common solution for the quickest hour in recovery. This Friday night, 5747 East Pea Ridge Road in Huntington, West Virginia for our Crosstalk Friday at 7 o'clock. We'll see you there. A long time ago, there was a TV show out. It was probably one of my favorite TV shows of all times. It started me in my journey of asking questions. And the tagline, it was The X-Files was the TV show. And the tagline was, the truth is out there. And I was in a conversation last night, and I was kind of talking about this idea of truth, the truth being found, if you will. And I wanted to come on this morning and share it with you. I want you to think back to a time when you might have told something to somebody that you inherently knew was not true. You lied to them. I can point to many times where I told my wife, my kids, everybody, "Oh, I'm not drinking, right?" And so we would lie to them. And then they'd say, okay, they'd believe us. And then we'd go on a little time, and they'd come back and start asking questions. Well, when they started asking questions about, what we told them, we would lie again. We'd tell another lie. And we told the second lie because we had to cover up the first lie. And so they'd go, okay, sounds good. And they'd believe us, and we'd string them on a little longer. And then they'd come back and start asking questions about the second lie. Well, we had to tell a third lie. We had to tell a third lie to cover up the second lie, which was covering up the first lie. We just kept lying. And before long, we knew that the house of cards was going to come down. And the more questions they asked, the more we would lie to them. The more questions they asked, the more defensive I would become. What do you mean I'm not? No, why would you think I'm not drinking? The more defensive I would become, because I started realizing my house of cards was going to come down. And then to make matters worse, they'd go and start talking to other people. And I didn't want that. Because then they'd really know I was lying. The truth was out there, that they would find out the truth, that I was lying, that I was still drinking. Maybe they'd find out the truth that you were still drugging. No, I don't want them talking. I want to keep them isolated, keep them believing the lie. I'm not talking in so much of us being the ones who lie. I'm not talking so much of our family or the people we lie to, them finding out the truth. What I want to talk today was about our addiction, and how our addiction becomes defensive when we're close to finding out the truth. See, our addiction wants to keep us isolated. Our addiction doesn't want us asking questions, and our addiction doesn't want us talking to other people, because we might come to realize our addiction has been lying to us. Our addiction has been telling us things that are inherently not true. It will tell us that we don't need to go to meetings. It will tell us that if we do go to meetings, then we need to hurry up and leave. We don't need to talk to anybody after the meeting or before the meeting. It'll tell us, hey, look, you know what? If you go talk to that person, you'll look dumb, so you don't need to talk to that person. Just go out the door. Our addiction will do everything it possibly can to continue telling us lies. And it will tell us multiple lies on top of lies. It will do everything it can to preserve itself rather than preserving you. And that's why I say meetings are incredibly important, because the last thing that our addiction wants us to learn and wants us to find is the truth. Because again, the truth is out there, right? Our addiction wants us to continually believe that we need it, that we need our drink, that we need our drug. And it will lie to us in many different ways, many different shapes and forms, to convince us, to keep us convinced that we have to take that drink. We can't function without that drink. We can't go to meetings because no, I'll look stupid, or I might sound stupid if I say something, or I might see somebody there that I might know. Our addiction it'll work overtime trying to convince us of all these lies, because it doesn't want us to know, or it doesn't want us to ever learn that it's nothing more than lies. Because once we realize our addiction is lying to us, well, then it loses credibility. Then it loses its grip on us. And then we start realizing that it's been lying to us, and we probably need to start listening to other people. And that's why, again, meetings are important. I go to meetings to find a little bit of hope. Hope. Hope, hearing other people's experiences. hearing other people's experiences. And I'm allowed to start asking questions because, again, that's the number one thing our addiction fears most is finding out the truth. And I find out the truth by asking questions. Our addiction wants to keep us isolated. It doesn't want us around other like-minded people. And I want to encourage you to find those like-minded people. If you have a drinking or drugging problem, does it not make sense? Does it not make rational sense that if you want to stop drinking and drugging, you probably need to start hanging out with people who have figured out how to stop drinking and drugging? How can you argue that? How can you logically debate that with anybody? See, our addiction doesn't want that. Our addiction wants to keep us believing the lie. And I want to encourage you today, get around like-minded people. Start asking your questions. Truth fears no scrutiny. Truth fears no scrutiny. Start asking those questions about your addiction. Do the very thing that your addiction is most afraid of. Find out the truth about it and find out and discover that it's been lying to you all this time, that you don't have to stay trapped in this life of alcoholism or drug addiction. Find out for yourself that you can live a semi-normal, at least in my case, life free from the use of drugs and alcohol. The truth is out there, but it's up to you to find it. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I cannot be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to reach out to me. Email it directly to me, Drew at drew@recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it, see what we can do. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.